It's 2 a.m. You have to be up in 5 hours, and your brain has decided that right now, this exact moment, is the perfect time to replay that awkward thing you said in 2019, plan your entire week, and wonder if you locked the front door. You're exhausted. You've been yawning since 9 p.m., and yet the second your head hits the pillow, you're suddenly wide awake, staring at the ceiling, doing math on how much sleep you'll get if you fall asleep right now. Which, by the way, is the single worst thing you can do, but we'll get to that. Here's what nobody tells you about falling asleep faster. It has almost nothing to do with being tired. You can be completely wrecked and still lie there for an hour, because sleep isn't something you do, it's something you allow. And most of us are accidentally doing everything in our power to block it. Let me explain what's actually happening, and then give you the exact things that fixed it for me. I used to be a terrible sleeper. Not, oh, I stayed up too late, terrible. I mean, lying in bed for 90 minutes, heart weirdly racing, brain running like I'd just had 3 espressos. I tried everything. Melatonin, counting sheep, those rain sounds on YouTube. Some of it helped a little, most of it didn't, because I was treating the symptom, not the cause. The cause is this. Your body has a system for falling asleep, and it runs on signals, temperature signals, light signals, safety signals. When those signals fire in the right order, sleep happens almost automatically. When they don't, when your body is confused about whether it's actually time to sleep, it keeps you awake on purpose. Your brain genuinely thinks it might not be safe to shut down yet. So the goal isn't to force sleep. It's to send your body the right signals so it lets go on its own. Once I understood that, everything changed. I stopped trying to knock myself out and started setting the stage so sleep could show up on its own. Here's exactly how. The first signal is temperature. This one surprises people. To fall asleep, your body's core temperature has to drop. That drop is one of the biggest triggers your brain uses to know it's time. If your room is too warm or you're too bundled up, that drop can't happen, and your body just waits. This is why you can be dead tired in a stuffy warm room and still not drift off. Your body is stuck in the waiting room. So make your room cooler than feels comfortable when you get in. Slightly too cold is the sweet spot. And here's the trick almost nobody knows. A warm shower before bed actually helps you cool down. It sounds backwards, but the hot water pulls blood to the surface of your skin. And when you get out, your core temperature drops fast. That drop is the exact signal your brain is waiting for. So, a warm shower about an hour before bed isn't just relaxing, it's mechanically setting off your sleep trigger. The second signal is light. Your brain decides when to release the sleep hormone based mostly on light. Bright light, especially the blue-white light from screens, tells your brain it's still daytime. So when you're scrolling in bed at midnight, you're literally sending a stay-awake signal straight into your eyes. Your body wants to release the hormone that makes you drowsy. And you're standing in the doorway with a flashlight telling it to wait. You don't have to give up your phone entirely. I know that's not realistic. But dim everything in the last hour. Turn on the warm light mode. Drop your screen brightness way down. Switch one bright ceiling light for a small warm lamp. You're basically telling your brain the sun is going down, so it starts the process. Think of it like a dimmer switch for your whole evening, not an on-off switch you flip at the last second. The third signal is the one most people get completely wrong. What you do when you can't sleep. When you lie there awake, frustrated, checking the clock, your brain starts associating your bed with stress. Do that enough nights, and your bed becomes a trigger for anxiety instead of a trigger for sleep. You've basically trained yourself to feel alert the moment you get under the covers. So, here's the rule sleep scientists actually use. If you've been lying awake for more than about 20 minutes, get up, leave the bedroom, go sit somewhere dim and boring, and do something calm. Read a few pages of a physical book, nothing on a screen. Only go back to bed when you actually feel sleepy. It feels counterproductive, but it works because it teaches your brain that bed means sleep, not struggle. You're breaking the association between your bed and that frustrated wired feeling. Now, let's talk about the racing thoughts. Because you can do everything right, cool room, dim lights, and still have your brain narrating your entire life the second you close your eyes. Here's why it happens. All day, you're busy, so your brain doesn't have space to process everything. The moment you lie down and the distractions disappear, your brain finally goes, "Great, now let's deal with all of it." Every unfinished task, every worry, every open loop comes flooding in. It's not random. It's your brain trying to close loops. It's not broken. It's just finally got a quiet moment to do its filing, and it picked the worst possible time. So the fix is to close those loops before you get in bed. Keep a notebook next to your bed. Paper, not your phone. Before you lie down, dump everything out of your head onto the page. Tomorrow's tasks, the thing you're worried about, the random reminder that keeps resurfacing. Once it's written down, your brain stops holding onto it because it trusts it won't be forgotten. You've moved it out of your head and onto something reliable, so your brain can finally let go of it. And if thoughts still come, and sometimes they will, don't fight them. Fighting a thought makes it louder. The harder you try to not think about something, the more it shows up. Instead, try this. Focus completely on your breathing. Slow it down. Make your exhale longer than your inhale. Breathe in for 4, out for 6. That longer exhale physically activates the part of your nervous system that calms you down. You're not trying to stop thinking. You're just giving your brain something boring and rhythmic to hold on to instead of the drama. There's one more thing, and it might be the most important. Stop checking the time. The moment you look at the clock and calculate, if I fall asleep now, I'll get 5 hours and 20 minutes. You've just triggered a stress response. Now there's pressure. Now there's math. Now falling asleep became a test you're failing in real time. And every time you check again, the number gets worse and the panic gets bigger. Turn the clock away. Cover it. Put your phone across the room. Whatever it takes, you cannot see the time. And this connects to the biggest mindset shift of all. Stop trying to fall asleep. Trying is the problem. Sleep is the one thing that runs away the harder you chase it. Your only job is to lie there, comfortable, breathing slow, letting your mind wander wherever it wants. Tell yourself resting is enough. Just resting. Even if you don't sleep, lying calmly in the dark is still recovering your body. When you take the pressure off, your body does what it already knows how to do. And usually, that's when you finally drift off without noticing. Let's put it together. Cool room, warm shower about an hour before bed. Dim everything in the last hour. Brain dump onto paper before you lie down. Slow your breathing, longer exhales. Don't look at the clock. And stop trying. Just let yourself rest. You don't need all of these tonight. Pick one. The easiest one is probably the clock. Just turn it away from you before you go to sleep tonight and see what happens. One small change and let your body take it from there. If this helped, subscribe. Every week, one topic just made simple. And tell me in the comments, what time is it right now? And why are you watching a video about sleep instead of sleeping? No judgment. We're in this together. Sleep well. See you next week.